Here we are, ladies and gentlemen. We are live again. It's Kloppzone. This is HYPEstation. Liverpool versus Newcastle. We're back in the building. It's me, Ash Wilding. I'm going to be joined today by one other. It's normally four, but we're going to be joined by one other today. Mr. O, the podcaster, will be in the building with us as well. We want your comments, though. We need your comments, so make sure you're in those comments, giving us your ideas, giving us your choices, hitting that like button, hitting subscribe, because that is so important. But without further ado, the same way we start all shows, let's run the intro, people. Oh, baby, we're welcoming the Magpies today. Oh, it's the Battle of the Birds, the Liver Birds versus the Magpies, Liverpool versus Newcastle. First of all, are you ready for it? Are we going to get this win today, or are we going to carry on this little momentum train we're on?
Yeah, of course. I think it's a good game. It was a good Bournemouth was a good game to start the train journey. Get to start on the destination. But definitely we'll win today. I have no doubts. Like the team
No
will push
doubts,
on from
no
that.
doubts. I want
100%.
to know what everyone else is saying. We've got regulars in the building again. We've got Ellis, big up Ellis, Cammy. We've got Paul, Mr. Donnelly. We've got Joe. You'll never walk alone. Up the Reds, Azan, the man, in the comments, and always favorite, Mr. Bogdan, in the building. We're both good. We're both good, Azam. We're ready to get going today with our HYPEstation. We're going to keep rolling through really quick through the show, making it hyped, making it exciting. And we're going to start today's show with our starting 11. So let's take a look then at the starting 11. It's interesting because we've got a few more players at our disposal today on the podcast, a few more players at our disposal. Last game's lineup was interesting. We saw Fab, Hendo, Elliott in the middle. When you saw last game's team sheet, were you happy or were you like, I would have liked to see a few different things?
I think I was on. We stayed on for that lineup, and I was mad. I was like, how is Fabio not starting, stuff like that. But after watching the game, I was like, okay, Klopp, they did what they had to do. I'm not still too excited because it was Bournemouth, and I think they are the worst team in the league currently. But
let's see what the team's going to be today. Same 11 as Bournemouth. Donnelly was same 11 as Bournemouth. We've got some score predictions flying in already. Alisson assist today. That's my betting banker. We like that one. Alisson Becker assist. We'll see. I'll come back and I'll be shouting you out, Ellis, if that happens. But Bogdan thinks could be possible. So let's have a look who's available then for today's game. We've obviously got Alisson, who's going to be our goalkeeper. But defenders, let's go to defense. We've got a few people back for once. We've got a few options.
wow.
Joey G, Joe Matip fighting out for that centre-back place, maybe with Nat Phillips. Ramsey's back finally. He's out of Klopp's basement. He's been there for a while, but Ramsey is back in training. We've seen him this week challenging Trent, and then the battle of Costas and Robbo. Oh, the podcaster, what's your back for today's game?
I wouldn't change anything. I would keep it the way it is. Glad to have Matip back because I think that will make that will make Joseph have to fight that much harder and compete that much harder. So it'll be good to have that back. I think people think Matip comes in and goes straight in, but if Joe gets a good run of games, he would be dying. And maybe you don't have to rush Matip back until Champions League or on the odd game and whatnot. So I would stick with the same back four, to be fair.
I like what you're saying. I like that because They did nothing wrong last game. Yeah, they were against Bournemouth. They did nothing wrong last game. That would be 3 games now, starting back to back. So it might be a nice bit of consistency. A few people don't agree, though. Mr. Marquet, shout out to Marquet in the comments saying 2 changes. Samikas and Carvalho in for Robbo and Elliott. That's interesting. And that's what I wanted to go to. Ellis is agreeing with you, saying that I don't think Matip should start, maybe off the bench, but I want to see Costas in there today. I want Trent, Gomez, Van Dijk. I think Matip does need a rest. Don't throw him in too soon because he'll just get injured again. But I want to see some Ikas. I want some of that Greek sauce flying down the wing. I'm sick of this haggis business. I want some Greek sauce sprinkled over the field. Oh, so
You know
would
what?
you be okay with that? Costas coming in because he's creative. He's got that attacking impetus, something that we need.
I would be okay, but I feel like the that was the same. That's the team I wanted last week. Like, I wanted him to come in and Carvalho to come in, and then they played that well. And I think, do they deserve to lose their places now? Nah, I would stick with the same, and that's the only reason I wanted those changes. The last game, and the boys that played showed that they can play with that intensity and keep the ball flowing like quick as well. So I was just thinking, nah, I'd rather keep it. I'd rather keep it the way it is for now. Like, just start as you need to go in. Like, start as you ended in it. Like, the boys are buzzing. Why not?
Yeah, I kind of agree with you in that sense that we've not shown any reason to not start Robbo. We've not shown any reason to take anybody out the team. But Costas is just banging on that door. As I'm saying, Trent Gomez, Van Deezy, and Costas, Samikas. We've got Ellis, Trent, Joe, VVD, Samikas. People want to see Samikas. Virgil and Joey Matip on in the 75th minute. I don't risk Matip. If we're playing well, I don't risk Matip today. Don't risk him.
Yeah,
Maybe
if you're
Ramsey
winning
in for
like
Trent.
3-0.
Yeah, it may be. Give him some game time. Same with Ramsey then. Maybe Ramsey gets game time if we're winning. Give Trent a rest. This was one, though. That assist from Costas Samikas to Carvalho. Oh, the touch out the air, just beautiful for the volley. This is what Samikas does. This is why. Up against Trippier, who likes to get forward, likes to attack if Trippier's available tonight because there's doubts. Samikas could be the guy, could be the guy.
Yeah, no, the thing about Simicast is we're really good. We're lucky that we have someone who can come in and do a job. He's very unlucky. But Klopp loves, like, we all love Robbo, but we all know Klopp very stubborn with him. I'd be very surprised if you see Robbo dropped.
Yeah, I'd be surprised. Philip, Liverpool FC Pure on the Grammy, 10-0 win. Let's do this. 10-0 Newcastle, happy days. Let's take it one step further. It's the only way we can improve. Doing 10-0, surely. So let's try and do that. Samikas, says Philip Manouche. We agree, but let's move on to the midfield 3 because I think this is where the debate begins. So I've just put that up there. Here we go. This is a good point, though. Marquez saying dropped or rotated because we're not dropping players, I suppose. Maybe it is good to rotate, give Robbo a rest because we've got quality in there behind him. So that's a great point, Marquez. Midfield 3, then. Oh, we've got a few people back in the midfield, too. It's like we're just spoiled for choice. The riches are just flying back in. Fabinho, Milner, Hendo, Curtis Jones back in training. That's put a smile on my face. Everybody knows how much I love the Jones Meister. Then we've got Harvey Elliott, Carvalho, and Bajcetic. Who are you going with? Who's your midfield 3 for today's game, Mo?
I would still try with Newcastle having those problems they have and missing some key players. I feel like I would still go with Carvalho, but Elliott played amazing last game, so I can see him. Remember, we're only 4. This is going to be the 4th. There were only 4 games in it. So for me, are you going to change too much right now? You're probably going to start rotating probably from the next game. I don't know. I know you got Everton next, don't we? So you probably won't rotate there.
Yeah, we've got Everton next. So you're going to probably stay with a winning formula, aren't you?
Yeah, and then probably rotate after that, maybe here and there. But again, one good thing is I think if Carvalho comes in for Elliott, it's a great addition. In terms of intensity, how they play, trickery and energy. Then if you go to Tsimikas over Robbo, again, same energy, same everything, and better crosses. So it's not the end of the world, to be fair.
Yeah, we've got a lot of people saying though, Carvalho, Hendo, Fabinho, Carvalho. We've got Fab, Hendo, Carvalho, Fab, Hendo. We might see the same Elliot off at half time. Now, this is a point. Was Elliot injured? Because nothing's come out this week. There's just been a lot of talk in press conferences about transfers, but Elliot was off at half time. We didn't get a reason for it, but that could play into the team selection today. If he's taken a little knock, you might see Carvalho in the team today. But like I said, Elliot was the best player on the field during that game. 100%. Elliot, you might say Bobby Firmino, but Elliot really come of age in that game for me. But everyone loves Carvalho. Oh, why do you think it's kind of switched so quickly? Why is it Elliot all of a sudden and then it switched to Carvalho?
I think Carvalho and the thing about Elliot, I think where Elliot started and we've started all these games, it was very much like, because even I was saying maybe we change things up. But my thing is, Carvalho's come on and been a game changer every time. He's made a difference when he's come off the bench, like for both games now. Like he's showing. Like I mean, so for me, it's like they want to see him get that opportunity Elliot has as well. And I think that's more it is. It's like where he's a lot more trickery, like he can get himself out of tight spaces. He's a lot more confident with the ball in terms of he'll try to take a man on and stuff like that. It's like a little Diaz in the middle of the pitch. So I like that. And I think that's what people want, where Elliot is a different type of footballer. He's a very good baller. He's, you know what I mean? He's good. He's a good player. But I think Fabio is just a bit more like trickery, and you kind of want to see that to get out of tight space. You know, you don't have much creativity.
Yeah.
I feel like he will get you something. He might get you an assist, or he might get you like a goal from there. And he has. He got, remember, the goal for Salah against Man United was all down to his hard work, and then his goal the next game. So
guess who's in the building? Oh, trying to spread these little negative vibes in the building again. G keeping it. G is back, people. Carvalho has obvious potential. Elliot doesn't.
Disagree.
Wow.
Disagree. Elliot's got potential. Elliot is a different style of player, but you can't say Elliot don't have potential. I think if you're going, I feel like, you know, like when they say like Curtis Jones don't have no potential, but you're like putting next to Phil Foden, or example and stuff like that. I just feel like they're different types of players in it. Like I just feel like, nah, man, Elliot is a good player.
The eyes never lie, Chico.
Nah. He's a good player. He's got potential.
He's showing progression. To have this pressure on your shoulders at such a young age, we saw that pressure released, didn't we? When he scored his goal, I know he dedicated it to his nan, but you could just see the pressure had kind of gone out of him. He's playing with a bit more freedom now. He's relaxed. That system that we played last game worked so well for him. We could see the Elliot that we've all wanted to see for a long time, couldn't we, in the coming weeks and coming years?
Yeah, of course. I just feel like to say like he's not got no potential is, I think that's crazy. I think he's got potential. I just feel like it's like having a Pedro and like a Diaz, someone who like takes on players, and then a Pedro who, I'm talking about old school Pedro, Barcelona Pedro, who just ran at players and you know what I mean? I just feel like they're different types of players. No, of course, and that I agree with. Elliot is going to got potential, but I think Carvalho's got a technical ability is different, is levels above it, and I think that's the sentence. Not got no potential. So I agree with you there. G keeping it G.
So true. G keeping it G. Bogdan says, G said Elliot hasn't got potential. I'm out. G, you're losing followers for us. Be quiet in the comments. Bring some positivity, because this is HYPEstation. But what I will say is, my midfield for today's game would be Fabinho, Hendo, and the double barrel, Fabio Carvalho. So I want to see him in there because, yes, Harvey might have picked up a knock. That was one of my reasons. If he is injured, then I want to see Carvalho in there. G saying, shut up. You shut up, G. Get out of here.
Midfield
let's move on to the next moment attackers. So, same
This is still sad.
availability. It's scary when you look at that, isn't it? Like scary, not in a sense of scary for opposition. It's just like, where is the depth? Were we bringing anything off the bench? Because potentially Harvey Elliott and Carvalho could both start in midfield, and
Yeah,
then we've
Klopp did
got
say
no
something similar like that, didn't he?
whatsoever. So I want to know everybody in the comments. I'm going to put it up forwards for today's game while all talks about who he would pick for the match. Who are you picking, all?
I didn't catch that, Jeff. Repeat that, please. Repeat the question. Nah, my forwards is I think a forwards picks itself, to be fair. I think if you actually think about it, there's only three players because two of them could potentially be starting in the midfield, like you said, and they are midfielders that we will support us out wide. So I think the same front three, go out and do what they did. I need to see Salah get a goal though.
It picks itself, doesn't it, really? Because there's no options. We have to go with this three because Nunes isn't available, Jota's not available. Maybe you could say Diaz might fight for a place, but look how he played last game. Diaz is on fire, and I'm sorry, right? We need to call him out again. Oh, G is telling us he ain't sold on Diaz. Diaz has turned up this season. He's added the goals that people were asking him to add. He's being creative. He's doing everything. I think Diaz is the player of the season so far for Liverpool.
Wait, Diaz is what? Is He's not sold on Diaz?
Not sold.
Okay. Clickbait, mate. Clickbait. We ain't here for it.
Oh, you've been called. Jay, have you heard this? Right here, right now. Clickbait. Clickbait alert. Clickbait alert. Let's see what people are saying, and then I'll drop mine. We've got massive shout. Diaz, Bobby, Elliott. Interesting. No Mo Salah. Wow. If you think about it, though, Mo is probably the player that isn't firing as much as we thought he would in that front three at the minute.
I said this and I got a lot of stick, and everyone did the whole games versus assists and all that stuff. But I said on the eye, Salah hasn't been our best player. He's been a fraction of himself. But the fans don't like when you say Mo Salah ain't hitting the pinnacles he should do, and then they started blaming Diaz being greedy, and then it's because Bobby's there and then all these excuses. I know Salah to take on players and create a goal from nothing. So I have very high expectations for him.
Mo's got to play for the pure fact that when push comes to shove, if you get a penalty in the last minute, if that ball drops, he's the player you want the ball to drop to. Mo Salah's the guy that he starts in every team in world football, no matter what. So
remember, we did drop him the back end of the season as well. Like he didn't start. I mean, I remember we did drop him. But you have to remember, man, we're paying him some serious money. He's a talisman. We almost could arguably say we let go of Mane to help fund these things and whatnot. So, you know what I mean? Like, I just need more from him. And he's going to come clutch at some point. And when he starts scoring, he'll continue scoring. I think him and Diaz and Nunes will connect and be that fire front three.
No, I agree. We've got Bogdan saying Fabio, Diaz, and Mo. That's a good shout. Carvalho just is a baller. Plays like he's been here for years. It's so true. Mo, Bobby, Diaz saying Azan. Because Mo isn't at the World Cup, he should be world class all year because he isn't playing internationally. This is
Which is not how it works, though.
Mo stays fresh. It's not a case of Mo being fresh. Mo's always available. He's always fresh. The only thing is, he'll force things when it's not going his way. When he's not going to go for a few games, he'll start to force things. He just needs to play natural. I think with Bobby in the team, Mo's going to get a couple today. But we're going to move on to that in a little bit because we've got a new part of the show, and it's the big game ACCA. So we're going to do that shortly in the show. But to confirm, we've run through the starting 11. It's a bit indifferent. You've gone Elliott. I've gone Fabio. But
I would take Elliott. I would take Carvalho. He will always start for me over Elliott. It's just more like I think Klopp will stick with
Yeah, Klopp will stick with Elliot if Elliot is fit. But we have gone with Alisson Becker in goal, Trent Alexander-Arnold at right back. Then we've gone with Oles, doppelganger, Joe Gomez at centre back with the infamous Virgil van Dijk. Then we've gone with, in fact, I went with Robbo. I went with Greek sauce, Costas Tsimikas at left back. We'll see who comes out on top. Then we've gone with the three, in fact, the four O's in midfield. We've gone with Fabinho, Hendo, and Fabio Carvalho. 4 O's now. It's getting ridiculous, this. We need to start buying people with normal ending names. Then we've gone with the front three of Luis Fernando Diaz. We've gone with the middleman, Bobby Firmino. And on the right, Mo Salah. Yes, we have the Egyptian king. There's so many O's in Liverpool's team. Maybe that's why you support them all, because there's so many O's. Maybe that's why. I like that. So it's time to go on to that moment where we call the big game Aka. I feel like I need something like or maybe big game Aka. So it's big game Aka time. For those of you who are joining, who are new, this is a new part of the show. And what we are doing, we are coming up with 3 things that we think will happen in today's game. So a little bit of a betting accumulator. If you want to put it on, you can do. If you win, share the winnings with us, because that's what we're all about. Sharing is caring. So big game Aka for today. I want to see what people want to choose. So I want people to give me their big game Akas in the comments. It's 3 things, people. 3 things you think will happen in today's game. It could be a scoreline. It could be something by halftime, yellow cards, fouls, corners, whatever you want to. But I want you to give us your big game Akas. I'll go with mine first. My big game Aka today is, who we playing? Newcastle. Okay. Liverpool to be 2-0 up at halftime. No, in fact, 3-0. Liverpool 3-0 up at halftime. Mo Salah to have more than 5 shots on goal, and Bobby to score anytime. That's my Aka. So my Aka is Liverpool 2-0 up at halftime, Mo Salah to have 5 or more shots on target, and Bobby to score any time. All the podcaster.
Okay. I got 2 first half and then 1 full game. So Diaz to have 2 shots in the first half. No, they're saying it's in the first 35 minutes. They're making it more interesting. Then I've got a yellow card to be awarded. I think Newcastle, but a yellow card to be awarded in the first half. And I think, surprisingly, Hendo assist.
Oh, interesting one.
It's about time. With all the stick he's been getting, this is his day.
Do you know what? I'm actually going to put mine on as a bet. We'll see how it comes in. But you heard them here first. They were our big game Akas. Let's have a look what Ellis has said and what Azan has said in the comments. Bobby, goal in 17 minutes, an own goal, and an Ali assist. That's an interesting accumulator. I'll get some big
Bobby to score an own goal. I was like, huh?
No, please, no Bobby own goals today, please. I think Liverpool will get, no, in fact, I think Newcastle will score 1. But we'll get onto the scoreline anyway. After this, we've got Azan saying, first one, Diaz wonder goal, 2, Mo scoring a hat-trick, Liverpool winning 5-0. That is an interesting one. Ellie said, actually, you still going for the Joe Gomez goal? I am. Last night, I said, Joe Gomez, your double is going to get his first goal for Liverpool tonight. I've put it out there. Joe Gomez, first Liverpool goal. And Bogdan saying, Pulp, red card in the first half. Mo scores a penalty and Trent assist. We're going to go back and look at these before the next hype station and see if any of you got them correct. We might even throw a little prize in there for you because we're kind like that. I'm going to get it right, obviously, because my genius is unparalleled to anybody else's. But we need to move on with the show because we have one part left. What everybody wants to know: the score line and first goal scorer. So, all the podcasters, I'm going to pull your team up here. Boom! All the podcaster, that's your team that you wanted to go with. You've gone with 2-0, and Mo Salah, first goal scorer. Is today the Egyptian King's Day to get back on form to show us what he's got?
Yeah, I even saw the way him and Bobby linked up a couple of years ago. That little flick, and I just thought, it's good. Bobby plays into Mo Salah's hands as well, so I'm happy. I'm ready. I want to see it.
He's ready to go 2-0 as well. You're going with 2-0. Not a high-scoring game, but do you think that's because of the quality of Newcastle?
Yeah, I think regardless, they play a very defensive setup. They're missing their attacker, so they probably will revert to like counter-attack football and think that's how they'll win. But I feel like our team, you know what I'm saying, it's different. Like I feel like our team got some new hunger in it.
Yeah,
and we should be able to play around their midfielders.
We're coming with the swagger back, as Jay-Z would say. Let's look at my scoreline. My first goal scorer. Si, senor. Pass the ball to Bobby and he will score. My first goal and 5-1 Liverpool. I think we've got a big score in us tonight. I think with Newcastle missing Saint-Maximin, Trippier, Wilson, Guimaraes, all I can see is a Liverpool win. I think a big score's imminent. Is that fortunate for Liverpool, or would you have liked to see Saint-Maximin, Guimaraes, all these players playing?
Nope. No, I'll put my hands up. You don't even finish it. Nope. Why would I want them to be their strongest? Hell no. Let us recoup. Let's play them at their strongest. We got our strongest. We've lost players, so when other teams, I might have sympathy for other teams. I'll play them with their weakened side, as weak as they can be. I'll take it. Thank you very much.
I hear you. Let's kill their Achilles heels. 3-0. Mo first goal from Bogdan. 5-0. Mo first goal from Azan. Then we've got Ash and me are almost similar. That's why he's my big bro. Okay, Azan, I like it. Saint-Maximin is playing. Get in. Oh, interesting. So Saint-Maximin could make an appeal.
I think he meant isn't playing.
They put is, though. Do you know what I mean? Put is. You're confusing us now. Confusing us, guys. Come on.
He said, look,
isn't.
Bruno, get in.
Isn't and Bruno get in. That's right. Saint-Maximin injured. Same with Bruno Guimaraes. Same with Trippier could be out and Callum Wilson. The 4 big hitters right there. The only guy I'm worried about now is Joe Linton. He's the only guy that he's been playing well, but our midfield should be able to navigate that one. But you heard it here first. That was our scorelines. We do normally have 2 more people on the show, so I want to give them a big shout out because Mike's team is here with his first goal scorer, Luis Fernando Diaz, 3-1 to Liverpool, and Leo, 4-1 Liverpool, Mo Salah, first goal scorer. Oh, the podcaster, I'm excited. I'm ready to go. I think this is a time to get 6 points out of the last 2 games, get that bus back on track where it needs to be for a title chase. Can you see any problems? Anyone from Newcastle that might trouble us today, or do you think it'll be plain sailing?
Nah, I think the physicality, but I think we're right.
I think we're right. I think we've got this in the bag. Give Harvey, give Carvalho that freedom. Get Luis Fernando Diaz running at the right back, cutting inside. Mo Salah, Bobby Firmino, everyone on the top of their game. Let's get us back to winning ways again. Joe Linton to play well and LFC to buy him. Maybe you'll have heard it here first. But the podcaster, it's been a pleasure. That's been HYPEstation. We hope we've got you all up for the game. Make sure you hit like and subscribe on the way out. All have a blessed day, and let's go get these 3 points. But like we always end the show, you'll never walk alone, people. Peace!